Okay, there we go. We are officially live right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. Just trying to figure out with this camera because it's weird. It's like once there's a hand in it, it's completely smooth. As soon as the hand disappears, it goes into a little bit of a bitrate state. But yeah, so hello and welcome to this game. Very interesting match to say the least to open up the second round of the Super League. Liam Porter. Hello, man. Nice to see you. The stream is probably just catching up with himself on the way back, but this is going to be obviously interesting. Both teams pretty much have had both teams. I say pretty much. I mean they both have. Both teams won in the first round, and we're going to be seeing who can go 2-0 to kick off the season, whether it be Salford Red Devils or Hull Kingston Rovers. So I'm just going to go through now. We've got about a couple of minutes now. Still about 15 away from kickoff. And I'm just trying to see, for some reason, because there's a comment on this thing, but it hasn't popped up on the chat, which is a little bit weird. Might have to keep this tab open just in case to see of like chats that actually do come in, but if maybe refresh chat to see if it does pop up. We'll just I don't think it's that much of a technical problem, but we should be all right. But always show messages. Yep, browser settings. Just nothing. Out of the shutdown source, we're not visible. No, okay, we're all good. It's just not properly showing up. But anyways, we are going to go into the two teams tonight. I'm just going to try to see if we can get the other things refreshed. Shutdown source, we're not visible. Just gonna. There we are. But basically, we're going to go into the first two teams' lineups. And first off, we're going to be starting off with the home team being the Salford Red Devils. So at fullback, you've got Ryan Brearley. And on the wings, you've got Ken Seo and Joe Burgess with Dion Cross and Tim Lafai in the centre. You've got Brody Croft at 5'8" and Mark Snyde at halfback. Jack Ormonroyd, Andy Ackers and Tyler Dupree as the prop hooker props, with Callum Watkins and Sam Stone in the second row, and Oliver Partington as lock. You got Alex Gerard, King Vuniyayawa, Chris Atkin and Shane Wright as the interchange. And there is an 18th man option, but currently, as trying to figure out, Salford haven't put one up yet, so we'll have to look for that later. But now we're going to take on the team who they are taking on against. Is the Hull Kingston Rovers. Got Will Dagger at fullback. You've got Ethan Ryan and Sam Wood on the wings. And in the centres, you've got Tom Opachik and Sean Kenny-Down. Obviously, Tom Opachik, former Parramatta player, and Sean Kenny-Down, former Roosters and Knights player. You got Mikey Lewis and Jordan Abdul as the halfback and 5'8". Suaso Su, Matt Parcell and George King as the prop hooker prop. Another Knights legend there in Suaso Su. You got James Batchelor and Kane Linnett in the second row, with Elliot Minchella as the lock. Interchange consists of Frankie Halton, Jez Litton, Dean Hadley and Sam Luckley. And Hull KR have actually named their 18th man, and it is Lewis Johnson. So very interesting to see how this game will go. Both very solid teams, to say the least. You can understand really how both teams are able to get wins in the first round. Salford getting a win over, I believe it was the Lee Leopards, and Hull KR getting a win over. I actually might need to check this out here. I actually can't remember standings. Well, both teams are form here. Yeah, so they both got wins. It doesn't say who they won against, but we just know both teams have won round one and a chance to go 2-0 to start the season. Very prosperous opportunity for either team tonight. So currently looking into the poll so far, and we have one vote, and it's gone in favour of the Salford Red Devils, which has been very consistent, if you will, with pretty much all of the current sort of betting markets at the moment. Pretty much it has been $1.25 for Salford to $3.75 for Hull Kingston Rovers. So very much a lot of favourites in favour of Salford this coming match. So it'll be hard to see what will happen, but I think it should be fair. I mean, by the way it's all looking, it should be saying a very comfortable Salford win. But yeah, you never know what can probably happen in these matches. Like we saw, meant to be a bit of a close match at the beginning of last season. Yeah, it should all just be popping up. I think it's like this Streamlabs just acting up for some abhorrent reason. But I think we're all good. If the chat doesn't pop up, we can still see whatever the chat says regardless. But obviously, it'd be interesting to see how the first scene, because obviously a bunch of former NRL players. You got Tom Opachik and Suaso Su coming directly from the NRL last year. Tom Opachik playing for Parramatta and Suaso Su playing for the Newcastle Knights. So yeah, it's basically interesting, exciting game. Very good to see how they go. I don't think I actually have done a Salford game on stream, I think, out of all the games that I have done for the Super League. Might just have to do a little quick check of that just to make sure that that is true or not. I mean, when it comes to, I think that truly might be the case. I'm just going to have a quick check right now. I'm just going to, just bear with me with a second, just seeing, because I don't think I have done a Salford game on stream. Just going to go looking through last year. I mean, in fairness, I think I only did one game last year of in the Super League. I think it was the opening match, which was Salford versus Catalan. So it's 2021. Yeah, we probably have to be looking into that era. Wigan versus Leeds, St Helens versus Castleford, Warrington versus Leeds. Yeah, it doesn't look like I've done a Salford game, but then again, it also looks like I haven't done a Hull KR game. So there we go. I think we're scratching two birds with one stone here. Never done a Hull KR game before, and we haven't done a Salford Red Devils match before. So yep, that is true. So it's going to be exciting to see how this all plays out. Have been seeing that the music choices that were played at the Salford ground is obviously very much like British music, which is very good. You've got, like, they just had Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. Banger. I think it also makes sense. Salford is near Manchester, I think. I mean, I'm fairly certain. I mean, like, I know the Salford City Football Club is owned by 4 members of the class of '92 from Manchester United. But they were also playing Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols, which I'm not so sure. I don't know how Johnny Rotten would feel about the form of commercialism from arguably, I mean, not arguably, probably the most influential punk band of all time. I mean, the definitions of counterculture in the 70s. But we're not here to talk about discussions about punk music and its history in the United Kingdom. We are looking into Salford versus Hull Kingston Rovers. Sup Rugby League history. Just with that comment, we're just going to check here just in case to see if it actually does pop on here, or if there actually is an issue with the chat. There we go. It's all fixed. Very interesting to see how this game will actually play out. I think I've said that fucking 15 times. Sorry for the swear there. It's early in the morning, but oh, Newcastle's starting the V8s. Nice. But yeah, obviously very excited to seeing two teams that I've not streamed before. And I think these might be the only two ones that I haven't done yet from the Super League, I believe. So going to be exciting to scratch that zone. You got Brodie Croft on probably the longest contract in the history of rugby. I mean, probably not, but very long contract to say the least for him joining the Salford Red, or staying at the Salford Red Devils. But obviously a bunch of players from the NRL joining the Robins is going to be interesting to see. Going to be excited to see how my boy Suaso Su goes, obviously formerly of the Newcastle Knights, starting out as the number 8 prop should be very good to say the least. And I will be slightly distracted, maybe a little bit, probably just keeping an eye on a score. Basically, Manchester United are playing Barcelona in their second... well, that doesn't start till... Oh, basically, we'll start at the same time. So I'll be having one eye kept on each game. Obviously, Man United in their playoff in the Europa League. Should be very good. It's a 4-year contract with a few clauses, but it could potentially be 7. Okay, because I don't know. I thought I read somewhere and I thought it was like a 10-year contract. So yeah, I think I very much have read that wrong, but it's still a fairly long contract to say at the very least. 4 votes now coming in as we're now less than 5 away from the kickoff of the second round of the Super League. And let's have a quick look to see what the votes are in favour of. And all 4 are in favour of the Salford Red Devils. 100% clean sweep. I mean, the market is very much reflecting on how people may go. But for all we know, could be a very close game. I think the markets were relatively kind of close for the Leeds-Warrington game. And it turned into an absolute blowout. So who knows what will occur. So we're now just getting ready now in the ad break. 4K basically just before. Oh, there we go. Straight back into it. Not to worry at all. As out at Salford, I'm assuming this is the same. It's not the same ground that the actual Salford City Football Club play at. AJ Bell Stadium. No, I don't think it is. I think it's 2 different stadiums. But there we go. Of course, AJ Bell Stadium, the host of the Salford Red Devils, up against the Hull Kingston Rovers. Be interesting what kind of different grounds, yeah. So just go quickly through the other team sheets first. We'll start off with the visiting side of the Hull Kingston Rovers. Will Dagger at fullback with Ethan Ryan and Sam Wood on the wings, with Tom Opachik and Sean Kenny-Dowell in the centres. Mikey Lewis and Jordan Abdul as the 5'8" and halfback. Sawaso Su, Matt Parcell, George King as the prop hooker props. James Batchelor and Kane Linnett in the second row, with Elliot Minchella at lock. The interchange consists of Frankie Halton, Jez Litton, Dean Hadley and Sam Lockley, with the injury reserve being number 25, Lewis Johnson. Now looking into the team list for the Salford Red Devils, we've got Ryan Brearley at fullback, with Ken Seo and Joe Burgess in the wings, with Dion Cross and Tim Laffey in the centres. Brodie Croft at 5'8" and Mark Snyde at halfback. Jack Ormonroyd, Andy Ackers and Tyler Dupree as the prop hooker props. Callum Watkins and Sam Stone in the second row, with Oliver Partington at lock. And the interchange for Salford is Alex Gerard, King Vuni Yayawa, Chris Atkin and Shane Wright. It's actually very interesting because I was actually going to the Facebook sites for both clubs to basically get, because they are usually the earliest at revealing what the team lists are. And with Salford, to have the player name and who they're sponsored by. King Vuni Yayawa is actually unsponsored at the moment. So I'm just thinking, do I scunter up a little bit of money, send him a few shillings, and see if we can try to get this channel sponsoring King Vuni Yayawa. I mean, that's a name you just want to sponsor. Like, that's absolute impact, as we're currently getting cameras inside of the Hull KR sheds. Can this be the year Salford win their first trophy since 1976? Would it be a correct estimation for that being a Challenge Cup trophy? Or is that actually the league? I'm not too fully caught up. I mean, it could be the league. Could even be the championship for all we know. But still waiting now for the both teams to head out of the sheds, as they're currently. You got a couple of punters on Sky Sports talking. Don't recognise any of them. I mean, in fairness, I don't really pay that much attention, so I should actually know who they are. At least no Blocker Roach. So coming up to now 7 o'clock, so we should almost going to be starting for the Manchester United and basically that game's about to start soon anyways. We have a vote now. It is confirmed. We have a vote saying that Hull Kingston Rovers will take this win. So it's now 4 votes to 1. And Hull KR currently in a dark and blue kit. I believe this is... I think it's either their away or third kit. I mean, I did rank them. Can't exactly remember which one it is. I'm just going to have a quick overlook to see what it is. And I just hit in my... bollocks. I keep forgetting I set an alarm for my Apple Watch at 7 o'clock and it just keeps going off and I just completely forget about it. But fairly decent crowd here at, I mean, it's probably one of the stands that they've proper filled up here. So Hull, I'm assuming it's just their away kit. Might be their third, who knows. Well, the last trophy was the 1976 League Championship. Alright. Fair play to them. Let's, been a while between drinks. Money that, yeah, I'm just going to turn down the, well, turn down, but like, turn off the solo mode because it's the away kit. There we are. Fairly, I'll say, alright away kit. I think it's a nice away kit. So both teams now in the tunnels as they both run out. As you've got the Salford Red Devils and the Hull Kingston Rovers now getting ready now for kickoff. The third kit is a weird Queensland State of Origin tribute kit. Yeah, right. Fairly decent away support here from the Hull Kingston Rovers. I think with their stand, but got a fair amount of them there. It's good to see some away support on a Thursday night. I need to remember time differences, but there we go. 8 votes. It is going to be the Hull Kingston Rovers kicking off. They will be running screen left, and it'll be Salford getting first possession. We're going to end the poll now. Thank you for everyone who voted. 8 votes, and it's 6-2 in favour of the Salford Red Devils taking out the win. So here we go. Commentator. Who... It's going to be interesting to say who is going to take out the first couple of minutes. Might be a bit shaky, but it might be a runaway. Who knows what will happen? So it's going to be the number 7 is Jordan Abdul, set to kick off the second round of the Super League season. There we go. The whistle has sounded and we are underway. The Hull Cow fans will hope they'll be warmed up by their team's performance as it's 3 degrees outside. I'd kill for that. They've gone straight out to the right-hand side now, Salford. They've broken a line break here. I believe it is the number 5. That's Ken Seal, actually, I believe. He gets brought down on halfway for the second tackle. Really good start for the Salford Red Devils in terms of getting positioning. As that's the number 16 of Tyler Dupree. Sam Wack, there's only one team in Hull, and that is... let me just click out of that. And it is Hull FC, so we've got a member of the Faithful praying for the downfall. If it is a downfall anyway, so 4th tackle, 25 out. So they're going to rush down the middle here, the Red Devils. Be relatively in similar position here, so last tackle here for the Devils, and it's probably a deep kick. Oh! And it's a knock-on. It's been ruled as a knock-on by Hull Kingston Rovers inside of the dead ball line, so it's going to be a goal line dropout for the Robins. Yeah, so yeah, it is a knock-on. They're trying to take it inside the field. I do see it's about a 5-metre... I was going for a short kick, goal line dropout, but it's brilliantly taken there by that Red Devils player. It is the number 12 of Sam Stone. Well done from him. Hull FC are the superior team in Hull. More fans, better atmosphere, more trophies, better history. Getting it ready for that whole derby then when that does pop up to see who will take the claim. So here we go. 3rd tackle now for the Red Devils. They're 10 out from the line as they try to go down to the left-hand side. And they'll get held up into the middle, 5 metres short. We've got 2 minutes have now gone so far this match. So 5 away now for the Red Devils. They're going to go to the left again. Tries to get a pass out to their centre. Breaks a tackle, breaks 2. It is the number 4, Tim Lafay, who gets the ball out, and it's intercepted by... Well, it's not really interception, it's gone right into the hands of a Hull KR player, and Hull KR now have possession of the ball. So now, first time in the last 2.5 minutes, they'll be getting a first set. So Tim Lafay breaking from the tackles, trying to get an offload off right into the hands of a Hull player, and it's going to be a penalty to the Robins. It is Dupree giving a penalty away. Yep, that's just impeding the ruck infringement or interference, whatever they call it over on the other side of... I can't say pond, I'm not American. And it's a decent kick and a touch. Be placed on halfway, so a full set of 6 now coming up for the Robins. Bloody hell, Tim Lafay looks ready for this match. He really does look ready. Run down the guts there. It's the number 16 of James Batchelor. He'll get brought down on Salford's 40 for the first tackle. As the ball's going to get sent to the middle. It's the number 10 of George King. Slaphead himself. Well, that's an intimidating looking player. And now the Robins now sending it up to the left-hand side. There's a big gap there. The Salford line was stretched very thinly there. And they need to be careful if they get a pass, if they do send passes out through the side. So that's the number 13 there of Minchella. 15 away from the try line. Getting to the 4th. And it's a... Oh, good offload there by Hull KR. Trying to break over the line. They're still trying to get passes off. But about 3 metres actually short of the line now. Nearer to the right-hand side. This will be the last tackle for the Robins. They try to pass over the middle, but that's good defence there. A bit of a waste of a last tackle there. And it's going to be a changeover for Salford. But I will say one thing that is a little bit concerning is how much the wings and centre for Salford on that right-hand side came way too much infield there, which could have very easily just got a pass over for the Robins to take charge of basically a defenceless left-hand side of the field. But still early time, and it didn't result in a try, so Salford now can worry about it. It's a set restart now for the Robins, not for the Robins, for the Red Devils. Break through the line here, and it's the Brodie Croft who will get brought down for the first tackle on the Salford 40. Good step there. That's the number 7 of Mark Snide, who gets past halfway for the second. 44 metres already gained in this set. Just a good solid one through the guts there, as that is the number 12 of Sam Stone. Now they're going to the right-hand side now, the Red Devils. Kind of interesting now, there's actually 2 Red Devils playing right now, of Salford and Manchester United. But one's actually in the name there, one's a nickname. Another offload here. It's been offload city at the moment here. Sam Stone couldn't get the ball away there. It's going to be last tackle for Salford, 35 from their line. So it's been a bit of wasteful second half of their set. And Brodie Croft absolutely levers the ball. And it's going to be taken here. Calling it now Lafia, first try scorer. Les Diables Rouges. I think you might need to explain that reference, rugby league history. I'm not familiar with it. So now the Robins now trying to break through the middle here. They're onto their own 25 for the third tackle. They've only gained about 13 metres this set, and that's the number 10 of George King meeting a very solid boy of the number 16 of Tyler Dupree. Now, it's a run through here for Hull Kingston Rovers. They're now past their own 40, but it will be the last tackle. It's going to be kicked back, and it's a massive kick. That's actually a very decent height on there. Salford Tour France in the 30s, and they went unbeaten. The medium court on the Diables Rouges. Yeah, Red. I'm assuming that's some of them with Red Devils. Yeah, I don't know. My French isn't that good. Surrender country anyway. But anyway, Salford now again inside of the opposition half once again. So third tackle now. They've made 30 metres, 50 metres in this set. 30 out. They're going to go to the right-hand side now, Salford, but they come back into the middle, which is interesting. You've got the number 16, a Dupree, gets an offload off. They're going to shift it to the left-hand side. It's a kick into the corner. It's going to be a chase for it, but brilliantly batted away by Will Dagger. If he doesn't get there, that's almost a certain try for Salford. But the ball will go into touch. We're just going to see if it's going to be a goal line dropout or a scrum. And that should be a goal line dropout, I believe. Is it? No, it's not. And that would have been basically, if it wasn't there, that would have been a Joe Burgess try for the Red Devils. Last weekend, Rugby League Live 4, I made Picnic Point Rhinos. Oh, yeah. So 10 out, full set of 6 now coming for Salford. And it's a big chance for them to getting the first points of this match. They go down the right-hand side. Feeding it down, and it's going to be 5 metres short now on that right-hand side. They'll feed it now into the middle, but they're going to shift it now to the left. A lot of players committing forward. They need to be careful for obstruction rulings because there is a few of them that did go offside there. Now, right up, trying to get a pass right up the guts there. Clinical Knights football. So 3 metres short of the line now. Third tackle, as that was Partington who was tackled. Going to send it out to the right now. Straight over the line. That's a brilliant tackle there to stop the try. 4th tackle now. They go to the right-hand side again. They go for a grubber. And it's going to be batted away by Hull KR. It's Jordan Abdul, the halfback who bats away. So it's another goal line dropout incoming for the Rovers. They did try to go for a short one about 2 minutes into the game. But it was taken very handily well. So number 3 there, Callum Watkins. Absolute barging run, but brought down brilliantly by Kane Linnett. If I'm looking down, it's because I've actually written down the team list because I did a stream once when I was probably 16 where I didn't write down anything and I got slated for it really badly. There's a long kick here and it's going to be, I believe it's going to be Sam Stone there who gets brought down on the Robbins 30 for the first tackle. It was Tyler Dupree actually. Now onto the right hand side again, it's Callum Watkins. Will get brought down on the 20 for the second tackle. Salford again trying to attack that right hand side. And they're now 10 metres out from the try line on that far right hand side. So they're going to probably cut it back into the middle for the 4th and maybe go for the attack on the 5th. I'll give it to the comments quickly just in case there is a try here. So 4th tackle right in the middle of the field. As that is Partington who gets tackled. Feints going left and goes to the right. Oh, slamming tackle there. 5 metres out now. Last tackle for the Red Devils. They'll go to the right-hand side. They've got a few numbers if they can. They've opened the gaps up, and it's going to be a try. Ken Seo might have just gone over and scored. The referee's given it, but there was potentially talks of maybe if he stayed in play, but there we go. First points on the board for Salford. Didn't know if he was actually kept in play there, but Ken Seo has picked up the first try of the match and his first try of the season. Rugby history, it's crazy that 2 years ago Lafai was released. Actually, I'm just going to see this camera angle if he does stay in play. Does shake off the play. That foot's very close to the line, but this angle will definitely prove to see if his foot was on the line in case we have to review it. Oh, nowhere near. Nowhere near. That's a definite try there. It's crazy that 2 years ago Lafai was released by St George, then he got a train and trial deal with Parramatta, but couldn't even pass that. He was working on a building site, and Salford signed him. That is actually that's actually a pretty cool story. What a great player in the World Cup he was for Samoa. So the Samoa, it's very showing of how good the Samoan team actually has been. But what a story there for Tim Lafai. And Ken Seo, and a fellow Samoan, getting the try. Knights legend as well. Did play for the Knights, I believe, back in the day. So 11. So chance, it's pretty much a kick from the sideline here. Very difficult kick and a cold Salford. So a chance to make this 6-0. As I believe that is Mark Sneed. Ken Seo, one of the most unluckiest players ever. Yeah, so here we go. Mark Sneyd for the kick. From the sideline. He's trying to curl it back. It's not curled back enough. 3 wooden spoons and 1 relegation from the Super League. I think he's starting to bounce up a little bit. back as well. I think it should be. I think it should be right. Wasn't he like top try scorer like 2 years ago? I think. Was it? I don't know if it was 2021 or 2020. He was like top try scorer for the league. So it's good to see him go. But there we go. The kick didn't curl back in time, so it's 4-0, and it's regained the kickoff. And Salford will be brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. The ball's kicked back out now into middle of the field. I believe that's going to be Tyler Dupree. We're going to be seeing a lot of him at the moment. So try scored within the 10 to 20 minutes in 2022. Salford were the highest with 23. Good stat to know. And so is Waits. That's good to know. Bit of an interesting stat to say the least. There was an NRL player with called Riley Brown, 3 wooden spoons, each with a different club. I do remember it wasn't last tackle here for Salford, and it's going to be kicked just inside of Hull Kingston Rovers. I do remember there was a player in the ball's trying to be caught, but it's gone backwards by Will Dagger. He's able to. It did go backwards, so he's safe there. But that's a second ball he's dropped under the high ball. But there's a player called Daniel Georgievski who played in Australia. He just recently retired. In the 16-17 season, he made the grand final with Melbourne Victory and lost to Sydney FC. Next year, he joins the Newcastle Jets, makes the grand final with the Jets, and loses to Melbourne Victory in the grand final. It's like you lose 2 grand finals in a row. Like it's for 2 different clubs. It's pretty bad. And also, you leave the club that if you stayed that year, you would have been champions, which is hard to say, but. Hull Kingston now 25 out. They're going to try to feed it out to the right-hand side. They just don't know what to do. It's still the last tackle. They're going to grab a kick off, but it's just caught their pants down there at the moment. Hull Kingston as Salford able to regain the ball and get put down onto the 30 for the first tackle. It's just been a little bit chaotic at the moment. Jack Beebe did that with 2019 with Salford and 2020 with Wigan. Yeah, it's weird how that works sometimes for people. So Salford now on halfway, trying to pass it out to the left-hand side. It goes straight to the centre there of Tim Lafai. Tim Lafai's gone through the line. He gets all the way to the 20. That's about 20 metres he's gained there. Probably even 30, actually. So very good run there. Now Salford are trying to get it through the middle, and it'll be brought down. The ball's popped out there. It's a knock on by Salford. That's the first mistake they've made today, and it's going to be a scrum feed about 15 metres on Hull Kingston Rovers 15. It's Dupree trying to get an offload off, but then arm comes in to poke the ball out. So in comes now the scrum as we're now 15 minutes gone in this match. Shit. And this is small, but local crowd goes silent. Very much so. And I just got a notification. Barcelona are now 1-0 up in the second leg. They're now 3-2 up on aggregate. There's no away goals, but Lewandowski makes it a goal advantage for Barcelona in the Europa League playoffs. Second tackle now for Hull Kingston as they're on their 40. So a knock-on leads to a goal. Who would have thought? Right on halfway now, Hull Kingston. So they get to halfway, but then they don't really know what to do when it comes to actually, once they get up to the field, because especially out of that. Ziertank, of course, will be at Lidcombe Oval, running it straight at the defence. Unless I do a Javo, I'm not getting on that field. I'll be in the front row, all right. I'll be at the fence, but not the defence. Last tackle, 45 out from the try line. In comes a high kick there by, I believe it is Mikey Lewis. It's a high ball. Cancio's popped it out. And now he's lost it again. That's going to be a scrum feed. How is that play on? Cancio dropped it, went backwards, and he's tried to regather it, and he lost it again. And it's considered play on. That's an interesting call to say the least. The ball goes backwards. He's lost that. He straight up has lost that into himself when he was facing backwards. That should be Hull Kingston's ball about 20 out. But yeah, that's Interesting call to say the least, but Salford haven't done really much with this set. Oh, it's a break through the line here. Trying to find support. He can't find any. Gets it out to the far right-hand side. And Salford now for the fourth tackler, 35 away from the try line. Doesn't have for the camera. The camera's like so far away, so it's very hard to read numbers. They chip to now the left-hand side. The bounce works favourably for him. The pass on there's the lost ball. And Hull KR regathers it on the 10-metre line. But yeah, a lot of controversy probably if that actually did lead up to a try. Very close to being as well. Might just put the phone there or something. So good. Trying to get an offload off there. But again, Hull KR being held inside of their own half, which has been kind of the story so far of this opening 20. We're pretty much still 17 and a half gone. As that is Kane Linnett. Gets only to the 40 for the fourth tackle. Bit of running room here now. It's Sean Kenny Dow with the ball who enters Salford's half now. 45 away from the try line. They'll go down the very short left-hand side. It's a grubber kick into the middle. Probably trying to force an awkward ball to make a mistake. Bit of breaking tackles there by Ryan Brearley. He'll get to the 25 for the first tackle. Appealing for a set restart or a penalty. Interchanges now come on for Hull KR as Minchilla has come off for number 22, Dean Hadley. So second tackle now, Salford at the 40s. They're going to run up into the middle as that's Tim Laffey. It's had a good few barnstorming runs at the moment, but the Hull KR keeping Salford inside of their half. Basically trying to stop them from getting a line break like they kind of did in the last set. So Salford now crossover halfway, fourth tackle. And Tim Laffey now coming off the field. Probably confirmed to see who's come off for. Now last tackle, 40 out for Salford as it's a grubber kick now to the corner. They're just going to let it bounce down. It'll go inside of the 10. So it'll just be a play the ball now, isn't it? There's no scrum feeds. But fairly alright kick, Gets the players to catch their breath because those have been really that many stoppages so far this match. But it's a good tactical kick there by Mark Snide. Yeah, play ball on the 10 here for the Robins, and it's a penalty to the Robins. Ball's been in play for 12 minutes, and it's been 65% possession in favour of Salford. There was a high shot there on the opening tackle of this set. Was it? Yeah, wrapped around. Down there. And it's a bit of a testy kick. Salford players trying to keep it in play. But the ball does go out, so it's going to be just shy of halfway for a full set of 6 coming for the Robins. I keep trying not to say Rovers, because I'm used to seeing Hull Kingston Rovers, but so interchange, it is Tyler Dupree has come off and King Vuniyawa is now on the field. So it's double sub here. Now George King has now come off and he's been replaced by Sam Luckley for Hull KR. The Hull KR now on a decent bit of a run here. Still going. He's now 35 away from the try line for the second tackle. Now it's going to be another penalty here for Hull KR. Salford need to be careful here. It's 2 relatively quick penalties. They don't want to give away another penalty because that could probably lead to a sin bin, I think. Absolute ball steal there. It's the number 8 of Ormonroyd. So kick into touch, 15 out. First proper chance this game for the Hull Kingston Rovers. I'll just say Robins, for fuck's sake. I need to just learn to say Robins. Now it's the number 22. It's Dean Hadley getting his first carry, and he's now on the 10-metre line. Nearer to the left-hand side. They're going to go down the short left-hand side here. Through to the centre. Potentially Tom Opachik. Sean Kenny Dow at the dummy half. Or Sam Wood, actually. It's kind of weird. It's almost like we're positioning Sam Wood's the centre, whilst Kenny Dow's on the wing. But anyways, now middle of the field now. Third tackle. Sawaso Su. I think that's the first time he's had the ball this game, what I've noticed. Now they go to the left-hand side again. The Robins out, and it's intercepted by Ken Seo. A wasteful opportunity that is for the Robins. Didn't go breakaway, so we brought down on the 15 for the first tackle, but just being a bit wasteful, unfortunately. I mean, very easily if the pass was if it was a little bit lower, Sia could have probably just ran away and gone under the post probably. But I mean, that went, at least that went in favour of the Robins way. So, and it's a set restart as well on the 30, as that is the number 10 of King Vuni Yayawa, who's just come on the field for his first carry. Behind the back offload there by Partington. They set it back now into the middle. Trying to go down the left-hand side, but it is Laffey. I thought he went off the field, but he's still playing. Now he goes down the middle of the field, breaks one, and he gets past halfway. He is an absolute bunstormer at the moment. A humdinger, if you will. Now onto the right-hand side now. Trying to break through the lads. Brodie Croft gets brought down 35 away from the try line for the third tackle. And it's another set restart for Salford. This is not what the Robins want. So this will be, I believe, now the second tackle, 20 metres away from the line. Now to the left-hand side, but in the middle at the moment, the Robins are opening up fairly decent gaps, so they just need to be a bit careful through their guts. Now onto the right-hand side, Salford goes, and again, they try to go through the middle. It's going to get brought down about 2 metres short of the line. It is Partington. So third tackle now for Salford. The Red Devils go to the right-hand side. And the ball gets bobbled. And it's going to get picked up by Sean Kenny down of the Kingston Rovers. Onto the 20 for the first tackle, I believe. A bit of sandy patches on the field here. A few molehills maybe. Now near third tackle now for the Robins. Just near halfway. Going to flash it out into the middle of the field. Potentially spinning it out to the right, and they've got some numbers. They probably should have gone out to the wing there, as that's the number 16 of James Batchelor. Fourth tackle now, 45 away from the try line. And again, bit of a shoulder put in there by Vuni Yayawa. Be a bit careful now, 35 out, last tackle here for the Robins. They go to the right, and it's another high kick. And it's being taken pretty well. And is he out? Oh, that's his foot. He's on the hands on the line. It was taken by the number 5 of Joe Burgess, and 3 Hull KR players tried to drag him out. And he was on the ground, and then they actually did properly drag him out. But it's a penalty. Well, it's a ball steal. Yeah, it was a ball strip that's the penalty here. But anyways, it's a penalty to Salford from their 15. But yeah, first 25 minutes, not a lot has properly happened. A few penalties here and there. But again, it's mostly here or there. Now on the 30 now is where the ball went out. So just waiting for the ball to enter play. So Salford can get their new set of 6. Right through the middle there. I think that is Vuni Yayawa, who takes the first carry in this set. Now on to the right, and going again through the middle. There that is, might be Tyler Dupree. That's the number 17, so it is Shane Wright for Salford. New interchange that's come on the field. Hull KR needs to be careful, try not to give away penalties for ruck infringements, because they are holding on fairly long to the tackles. Now Partington gets brought down 45 away from the try line for the third. Now Salford, and the ball again pops out, and it's going to be a knock-on and a changeover. It'll just be a scrum feed. 35 on the 35 for the Robins. It's been fairly sloppy in the last 10 or so minutes, to say the least. Oh, we've got a Robins player in a little bit worse for wear here. Tries to go into the hips of Vuni Yayawa, and he's clutching probably at his shot. I'm just trying to figure out who that is. It's the number 26 of Sam Luckley. He's only just come on the field in the last couple of minutes. Corvin Dobbins, red and white shot. A Robins player has just dislocated his finger, and the camera just went right up in its grill. I don't want to see. When it comes to me, it's necks and fingers that really irk me. When it comes to things, it's like, I can play games where people get shot in their head, but little dislocated finger, get that away from me. Robins now have broken through inside of the Salford half to the 45 for the third tackle. Hull are now going to the right-hand side. It's spread out to the wing here. Gets an offload off onto the right-hand side, onto the left-hand side, sorry, and that is Sean Kenny-Dowell. Sean Kenny-Dowell, it's weird. He's positioned at the centre, but it seems he's more as the winger rather than Sam Wood. Oh, almost a break through the line here, but no support. Oh, it's taken well there from the offload. He probably wasn't expecting him, Tom Oberchik. Oberchik still trying to break through now. Last tackle, 20 metres out for the Robins. They spread it now into the middle, and they're going to grab it, going to high kick it to the left-hand side to challenge Sio. And I believe that it did touch Sio, so it's going to be a scrumpy... Oh, what's the going to be the decision here? It's a handover. It does seem like Sean Kenny-Dowell and Ken Sio both go for it, and I think it was Kenny-Dowell that touched it, so it is a changeover for the Red Devils. So, bit of a crisis averted now, as we're now 27.5 minutes gone, so 12.5 to go. Besides from the try at about the 10th minute mark, not a lot has happened. A few mistakes here and there, but I feel Salford has been more so into the attack of actually being in better field position with their runs and sets. In comes Lafai, and he gets brought down on the 35 for the third tackle, as is on the left-hand side as they spread it now into the middle of the field. And Vuniyawa tries to get an offload. It's going to be a set restart there. Did get touched by a Robins player, so it's this will be a 0 tackle, I believe. 0 tackle just shy of the 40, and this should be the first proper tackle. Yep, it is. Just shy of halfway. They're just got an advertisement. India versus Australia, the third test. Man, I can't wait for Australia to get absolutely fucking whitewashed in this set. It's horrible. Second tackle now for Salford. 45 away from the try line. Basically rushing it into the middle here. They can potentially spread it out wide, but they don't. It is snide. He'll get brought down on the Robins 30 for the third tackle. Salford thinking about sprinting it out to the right-hand side. But they're now just keeping up through the middle. Now fourth tackle, 20 out. Salford now trying to go through the middle again, but they feint going, and they're now going to the left-hand side here. It's Lafai, and Lafai will get wrapped up there. 5 metres away on the far right-hand side. Last tackle. Oh, the feints one way, goes to the other. And the Salford player will get held up about a couple of metres short of the line. It'll be a changeover for the Robins. It's basically out of all the both teams, Salford's getting closer to the line. Need to zoom in. I think I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish sometime on everyone fine, but yeah, I'm losing my vision, to say the least. That's the number 14. That's Jez Litton on the 15 for the second tackle for the Robins. Just seeing the tackle stats, currently 115 tackles made by Salford, 166 made by Hull KR, if that's any indicator of who has had the more attacking possession. That's an early kick there, potentially 40-20 chance there, and it's been taken by Ryan Brearley. And you'll get brought down, I believe it's on the 35 there for the first tackle, and it is. That's the thing currently. What I'm seeing at the moment is Hull KR's now being too compact because they're seeing Salford going through their middle, but then it just one foul swoop. Oh, it's a knock on here by Salford as I'm talking, who tries to go out to the left-hand side. It'll be a 0 tackle now for Hull KR, and it's a set restart as well. So, chance here for the Robins to potentially get an actual proper chance at scoring. As we're now into the final 10 minutes of this opening half. So this is the first tackle, 25 out. Robins feint going through the left and go through the middle. Now they're 15 out for the second tackle. Now out to the left-hand side. Just a bit one-upmans at the moment, as that is Linnett who gets tackled. What the hell was that pass? It still went backwards. It's still play on. Parcell still with the ball now. Fourth tackle inside of the 10 now for the Robins. And they're going to go for a grubble kick into the corner, and it's going to get battered away by Salford. So it's going to be a goal line dropout for the Red Devils. As that was Mikey Lewis who was going for it. I think did Mikey Lewis just slip over into the mascot? The Salford mascot's got a drum, and as soon as he starts drumming it, the Mikey Lewis actually slips over. So here comes the goal line dropout. Is it going to be short? No, it's not. They'll take a bounce, and that's good football control there. Keep it on the ground and then pick it up. Good tackle there by the number 3 of Callum Watkins there for Salford. But 30 away from the try line for the first tackle for the Robins. Oh, so the commentators can say Hull KR. I don't know what the fuck to call them. I just don't know. Now, Hull KR now going to the left-hand side, but again, they feign trying and keep going through the middle. They pass it like, it's basically one-upmans at the moment. They just pass and then run through the guts. Still on the third tackle here, and it's again right through the middle here. Get some good meters, 10 meters out, right in front of the sticks. Fourth tackle for the Hull KR. They'll go to the right-hand side. It's a flat ball. Robins players calling for a high shot, but 5 meters short. Last tackle for Hull KR. Giving it off. It's a high kick. There's a lot of chasers. It's caught by the Robins. Battered backwards. And it's picked up by the number 24 of Sam Wood. And he's gone over, but there's going to be a certain look at this. There might be a tackle without the ball. They're going to see if there's potentially... Yeah, because it was picked up. The kick was caught by a Robins player, and he did try to pass it back, so they're just going to see if he did maybe knock it on. But there's a very good chance this could be called a try. He's caught it. Batted it backwards. So it's the number 12 of Kane Leonard who catches it. Passed back. Who does it come off here? I think it's Sean Kenny Dow's in the mix. I'm trying to see if he's touched it to see if it's classed as a knock on. Roll on, roll on. That just hit Sean Kenny Dow's hand. That could be a knock on. It touched the right hand of Sean Kenny Dow. Made his decision. Yep, that's going to class as a knock on. It's going to be no try for the Robins. I feel like there could have been a case for it anyways because of Sean Kenny Dow literally grabbed onto a Salford player without the ball and tried to drag him off it. So there we go. No official decision, no try. So 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Still remains 4-0. So it's going to be a change over here for Salford on their 10-metre line. Which has been a fairly interesting game so far. In an essence of not much has happened. There's the number 28 there. Getting the first carry. It's Dion, of the set. It's Dion Cross. We'll get brought down to the 15 for the first tackle. Now Salford trying to go into the left-hand side. They've got numbers if they can. It's Laffey who will get brought down on the 35 as Partington now, the number 13, has come off and is bringing on Chris Aitken. That's the third interchange made by Salford. Good offload there. It's now Brearley. Now right up the guts there, straight into halfway there, as that is Vuni Ayawa. What's up, Moe? Good to see you, man. They're out to the left-hand side here. Laffey. It's not offload. It's a strip one-on-one. That's a good strip there. Number 16 of James Batchelor. You got to love when a forward gets a one-on-one strip. One of my favourite things in rugby league. Oh, it's a pillow fly. So, I just joined too. It's good to see us. The Hull KR trying to go on the left-hand side. They've got a breakthrough here. That's the dog barking. Dog's going mental. 15 metres away from the try line now. Third tackle for Hull KR. This is a huge chance there. A brilliant line break on the left-hand side. So that's the number 7 there. I believe that's Jordan Abdul. The Hull KR goes to the left for the 4th. Sam Wood gets held up 5 metres short on the far left-hand side. They'll go down the short left-hand side again. He's reached for it. And that should be a try. They're saying it's play on. Hang on. I'd like to check that. No advantage. That is a very interesting call there. It's now a penalty to Salford. Let's have a look. Arms up in the air. Oh, he's lost it. But still wouldn't have looked for a try because there was the number 12 there of Kane Linnett. I thought if he just held on to that, that would have been a try, but it looked very close. 4.5 remaining in this half, and it's just nothing can go right at the moment for Hull KR. Now Salford go on the left-hand side from this scrum. Will get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. So now onto the 20 Salford go. They're just trying to... I don't know. I don't really see any team trying to go for a big audacious runs to get a try just before the half. Incorrect play of the ball here, but there is a chance now here for Hull KR. I mean, the last couple of minutes, it's been the Robins who have actually had the better field position and chances. Incorrect play of the ball there by the Red Devils. So 30 metres out, full set of 6. Big chance here. For Hull KR, if they get the try and the kick, they'll go into the half ahead. Whether they deserve it or not, they'll be potentially, if they do or don't. We don't know. I haven't read the script for this game. Oh, and it's a scrum feed and it's collapsed. Oh, so close. The Salford scrum come charging over and the scrum collapses in of itself. But it's a knock-on by a Salford player, of all things. No, it's a Salford scrum. It was a knock-on by Hull KR. What a brilliant scrum there by Salford. You rarely see that. The scrum collapsing and changing the transfers. I mean, changing the transfer of who gets possession of the scrum. You rarely see that nowadays. You see it probably a lot when it comes to rugby, but Callum Watkins now with the ball gets brought down just in front of the Salford 40. Now right over halfway, 45 away from the try line for the third tackle. Salford now going for a decent run, almost a line break breaking free, but 25 out, 4th tackle. Just showing how easily Salford have been getting their meters in these sets. That looks like a forward pass there to Vinny Ayawa. But anyways, 20 metres out. Last tackle for Salford. Potentially the last full set they'll have this game. This first half. Briley grabs it. Oh my God! A whole massive amount of miscommunication. I thought it was a knock-on, but it was actually a grubber kick. And 2 Hull KR players almost colliding with themselves. It was Sean Kenny-Dowell and someone else. But they are able to get the ball. I mean, I think I remember Sean Kenny-Dowell and another... Roosters play, I think it was Tedesco collided with each other from a high kick. Once back in like 2018, something along those lines. But yep, 4th tackle here. Now they're going to get another set here, Salford. Very quick set here by Hull KR. They've only gotten to the 30 for the last tackle, so they need a 40-20 here. And there's the kick, and they try to aim for it, but the bounce doesn't favour it. It'll go straight to Brearley. Now they're going it to the right-hand side, and Salford, it's Ken Sear who will be brought down on the Salford 40. And now we're going into the last minute of the first half. Can we see Salford try to extend their lead? By the way this half's going, probably not. Again, right through halfway here, third tackle. So we will pretty much get this full set. But it's not really looking that friendly unless we get some bodacious plays. Out to the right-hand side they go. Good offload there. Potentially a chance to keep this going. Still the third tackle. They're still around halfway. They're running laterally and the pass has gone all the way back to the 40. And it's been an absolute calamity at the moment. But there's still play on. Still the third tackle. There's about 10 seconds remaining. But the tackle eventually happens. Fourth tackle all the way back at the 35. So this will be the last play of the half. And there's the kick. And it's, almost batted backwards. And it's going to be covered up by the number 12 of Sam Stone. And that'll be the end of the half. Is this rugby? No, this is rugby league. But there we go. An absolute high-scoring affair this game is. Salford 4, Hull Kingston Rovers 0. At a very cold night in the north of England. So, you can go through the try. It was around the 10th and 11th minute mark when Ken Seo went over. And the kick was missed. And that's it. I mean, both teams have had chances on the opposite ends of the field. But it's been more so Salford rather than Hull KR. Hull KR did come into it in the last couple of minutes. But, yeah, that is the first half. But the commentators are saying that Hull KR would probably be the happier team going into the sheds with the amount of pressure they've had to face, and it only being 4-0. I mean, that is technically true, but I mean, it's like, you'd also, like, they've had chances of potentially scoring and even going in front. Fucking woman. Oh, there we go. NRL Women's. Oh, okay, so Sky Sports is where they have the rugby league for the NRL. Good for them. So a whole lot of games to say the least, pretty much. But yeah, so what do we think of this half? Exciting. Do we see this as an exciting half? It's just gone half-time in the Man United-Barcelona game, and it's 1-0 to Barcelona. 1-0 to Barcelona, which means it's 3-2 on aggregate. Oh, they actually show the Wheelchair Rugby League. I mean, in fairness, the Wheelchair Rugby League is sick. It's actually properly amazing. I don't know what to do when we're going into this half. Thank you anyone who is watching. I know there's a thing that's like when there's a button when you press to like start a poll, you can start a Q&A. I don't know how this is going to work. Ask me a question, I'd assume. That's how Q&As works. Question, I don't know. So how would this work? Oh, it actually has a questions list. Okay. That's pretty nifty. Hover your mouse over any question, then click that menu to pin the question for everyone to see. Okay. That's pretty cool to say the least. That's something that we can do during the second half. So if you see a tab of the Ask Me a Question, just I don't know. Ask me something or whatever. If you want to, you don't have to. But yeah, this has been a very interesting game to say the least. Just don't know what's going to be happening for the second half. For all we know, it could just be an absolute barnstorm, or it could be very much similar or the same. We just have to probably figure out now, shall we? one thing I definitely probably can see is I mean, by the way it's going, I definitely do see Salford being the more likely to actually take out this win. But weirder things have happened besides from like Hull KR coming back to win this. Like even that wouldn't shock me, but it's just hard to say. Like it's a whole lot of it's no one's really broken away through. It's just Salford have gone to try and have had majority of the chances, but they couldn't capitalise on them as either onto almost the same level as Hull KR. So very much a question for which will very much be answered in the second half and seeing on what will be the result of this match. I know I can't talk to humans, unfortunately, but it's a bit nuts. So yeah, I've never used this Q&A thing. So apparently I have to press some tab, and then apparently where it actually pops up in the chat, where usually where you pin a message, it would show what the question is, which I think it's rather neat and nifty. So this would be a really good football score, or soccer, depending on which side of the fence you're on, but not the greatest league score. One thing I can do is talk about the game tomorrow. We will be doing another Super League game this round. It will be tomorrow's game, roughly at the same starting time of 8, probably about 7:45 UK time or 6:45 AM Australian time, which is the Leeds Rhinos up against Hull FC. Both teams coming off, I think both teams are coming off losses, but Leeds especially coming off a pretty major thumping in the opening game of the season, seeing if they could try to bounce back at home. So a few good questions in there, to say the least, but I don't know. It's going to be a very... I don't know. It's just... I can't talk. I can't talk to people. I've been doing this for how long? Cannot talk. Just hope the game's more entertaining, to say the least. So just been a bit of a lull game. I mean, in fairness, but both teams did win last week, so obviously this is trying to be a... Whoever wins goes 2-0, which would be a very good start to the season. Have been some signings by Hull KR, and in fairness, I don't think any of the ones from the NRL have actually done anything. I think probably, if anything, I think Sean Kenny-Dowell, for some reason, even though he's playing as a centre, and you've got Sam Wood, who is the winger, they've swapped positions. It's like Sam Wood's playing the centre whilst Kenny-Dowell's playing the winger. It's because I think Sean Kenny-Dowell just naturally just shuffles himself to the wing, because I believe he's probably played there the most, probably on the wing, I'd like to think. Hopefully, if I'm right or wrong on that. Be nice if you could try to get a thing organised where you'd actually have like the... when it comes to the question, you actually have it pop up on the screen, but I don't think we could think that far. I know you can with StreamYard. Like, you can highlight people's like comments and all that, but I don't think you can really do it with Streamlabs. I mean, you probably can, it's just I don't have the smarts to actually go and actually organise it, but yeah, whatever happens, it happens. But I just kind of hope, now for this game specifically, obviously a few more tries would be nice, because we've just had the one, and even then I think it was probably fairly lucky that we even got one. But with second halves that I do see with the Super League, they do actually pick up from if the first half has been properly wanked, so we should be all good anyway. So yeah, it's actually kind of nuts. My first ever stream of the Super League was like back in like 2016, and now we're here. We're here at this point. in time. It's kind of crazy how that life sort of works. Okay, so well, I've actually never tried to use the the Q&A thing, but at least I know that is very much an option. I probably don't even know how it would work on the other side of it, of how to do it, but that's because then it tries to get people to focus on away from the screen as well. So I think it is kind of a bit of a double-edged sword. I probably have to develop an actual proper system for these sort of half times, because what's entered the... Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog. It's a... Is a dog. You better not shit, I swear to God. You got... Are you sentient dog? I'll put you down. You ever just think animals are understanding of their position? Especially pets, do they understand what's going through their heads? So basically now we're going in from the ad break from the halftime show, so in about 2 or so minutes we should be back for the second half. I tell you what though, my chatting and my banter absolutely fucking sucks, because it's like you got to think about, because what I used to do is just put like a little slide thing where we just play music and say what the scoreline was at half time rather than me just talk. Yeah, the dog is literally just laying right below the chair there, so I need to be careful whilst I move it around. So got an ad for Queensland on here, but oh, I don't know whether the dog's under my bed, which is interesting, because obviously I've got a dog. Oh. What? She's sniffing around the underside of my bed. She's found a bit of cardboard now. She's going absolutely fucking mental. We need to get a dog cam. Oi, shut up. Need to lead her out of this room. Come on. Come on. Go on. Eat. No, you're not coming in here. I need to put something in front of the door so she doesn't come in here. Shit, what do I do? And then my brother's barking at the dog, you idiot. Wait, my brother at school, why the hell is he here? There we are. That dog ain't going in here now. Why do you think I know what the score is. I just don't want rain coming in here. Yeah, we get a dog, and then we don't know, and then the dog is an absolute menace to me. Quite literally a pest. Runs around like Sam Cassiano. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Just trying to get... Ooh. Keep cracking my knuckles. Not cracking, but like the joints just keep popping. Which isn't that cracking, but... Anyways, now we should be very close now to the start of the second half. Got some decent battery, we should be all good. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Just about ready now for the second half. So it still has been a very close game, but... And again, literally, it's almost like there's a template. It's like tries, goals. Literally nothing's been put in. Very easy day for the graphics team at the moment. So here we go. Salford have now come back onto the field to start off the second half. And now in comes the Robins. Salford will be kicking off, going screen left. And Hull KR will be getting first possession of this second half. So there we go. Oh. There we go. There we go. Both teams still very much close in this. Any team can really win this. There's only been one score this entire match. So just... So here we go. We're just waiting now for the kickoff by Salford. And we are underway for the second half of this matchup. And in comes the first carry by the Robins. It will get brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle. I've realised I basically need to make this smaller so I can actually show like what the time is, because it's just like you can't really tell unless I tell anyone. But we're now in the first minute and the opening set of the second half. So now there's Dean Hadley. Gets the ball now out to the right-hand side here for the Robins. They'll get to halfway here, so it's been a fairly decent opening set so far. Still the fourth tackle, so he's still got a couple of chances. Good decent run there. It's the number 9. It's Matt Parcell. And it'll get brought down on the last tackle on the Salford 40. There's a high kick there. And it's taken by Ken Seo under a lot of pressure. And Seo will get brought down onto the 15 for the first tackle for the Red Devils. And now second tackle now goes to the 25. So interesting to see how Salford can go and try to match the opening set opened by the Robins. Just shy of the 40 for the third. Now Salford. It goes to number 3 of Callum Watkins. And that's going to be the end of the half. Not the half, the end of the set here. Last tackle. Very much similar positioning. So both teams in very similar positions. Like it's been for the whole match. So onto the 25 is the first tackle for Hull KR. No, okay. So just talk about the Magic Weekend there. So Hull KR now with the ball as they're trying to get through the guts and get brought down. Fourth tackle. Now Hull Kingston Rovers now trying to break through halfway, which they do. It's the number 26 of Sam Luckley. The audio sounding well. Yep, just wanted to make sure of that. Another high kick, and it's going to be taken by Brearley, who hasn't really gotten that much of the ball, in fairness, so far the second half. They're saying here in 2022, Hull KR have conceded the second most tries last year within the 40 to 50 minute mark. So, good offload here. Potential run here. It's got a big couple of meters there. It's the number 18 of Alex Gerrard, who will get to the 35 for the second, still inside of Salford's half. Now they're going to switch to the left-hand side, and the pass goes wayward, and it's going to be picked up by the Robins 40 metres out from the try line. And now this could be the first chance of the second half, and it could be in favour of the Robins. Trying to get a pass out to the wing there, Salford, but just the pass just wouldn't go the right way. Now out to the left they go. It's the number 12 of Kane Linnett. Almost got a try in the first half, but lost the ball before he tried to ground it. Now out to the right. Pass down through the middle. It's the number 11 of Frankie Halton. It'll be brought down about 15 away from the try line for the fourth tackle. And you got the Robins now trying to go through the gap. And Linnett again, he's about a couple of metres short of the line now. Last tackle here for the Robins. Tries to get a grubber kick. Still last tackle. They go for a crossfield kick on the right-hand side. It's batted backwards. That's a try. It's batted backwards. They didn't get it out far enough. And it should be granted by Hull KR, and it's going to be a try. They're going to check this to see if he did properly ground this, but this could very much likely be the opening try for Hull KR and could be the points that get him a kick that send him in front. On-field decision is a try. So there's a crossfield kick there by Jordan Abdul. All the runners are on side. It's attempted to be batted back by Salford, but it didn't get... Oh, fucking... It's batted backwards there by Salford. Now the ball bounces up before the dead ball line. That's a try. There we go. That's going to be enough. It's Ethan Ryan, I believe. But there we go. There is good review. Well, it's not really a review, but it was just a review. But yeah, it's going to be a try. It's going to be the number 2, Ethan Ryan. We're just waiting for the scoreboard to say. And there we go. Hull KR make it 4-all with the kick, the try from Ethan Ryan. Didn't get batted out far enough. Stays in play, and he just grounds it as he can. And there we go. Hull KR over the last couple of minutes in the first half were the most likely to score. And now 4 minutes into the second half, they get the first try. And with a kick, they'll be in front. Whether they deserve it or not is up to interpretation. So here we go. Here's the kick attempt. This to put Hull KR in front, and it's nailed. And just like that, 5 minutes into the second half, it's Hull KR 6, Salford 4. The bounce is the luckiest thing for the Robins, I will say. But in games like this, you need some luck. And there we go. And here comes there's the kickoff there, and Hull KR will get the ball. So on to the 15, and I just got notification. Manchester United have equalised, so it's now 3-3 on aggregate as Fred gets the goal. As they're basically now basically the game's been also almost in line in a way. So now on to the 35 now for Hull KR on the third tackle. Now it's the number 11 here of Frankie Halton, who will get just to the 40 for the fourth. Early kick here, 40-20 attempt. Will it bounce for him? No, it won't. It'll go right back to Brearley. Get a pass out, but this is giving an extra wind in the sails here for the Robins since that try. Now Salford now onto the 20 for the second tackle. Everyone's going in and out of my fucking house apparently. Because everyone's just going doors going in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like ridiculous. But Salford now getting to the 35 for the fourth. It's been a bit of an ordinary set here in response. And oh, it's a knock on. It's going to be a double knock on, but it'll be a first knock on by Salford. So Hull KR will get the ball about on their Salford's 40. And it's a full set of 6. Another chance to extend their lead potentially. To be fair, it's actually pretty... At least some things have happened actually now this second half. It's actually now made the games a lot more interesting. So Scrumfeed actually is now on halfway. Salford go... Hull KR go to the right-hand side. Bit of an offload off. Oh, big crunching tackle there. So it'll be the first tackle. It's number 9. Matt Parcelli gets brought down, but it's a set restart. It's a set restart for it, as now the number 11 of Frankie Halton will get the second tackle. Well, the first tackle now, 35 away from the try line. Now, Hull KR trying to keep pushing through this game. Trying to go through the guts here. Almost a breakthrough run there for Kane Linnett. 15 away from the try line, third tackle. Hull KR trying to break through the line. Gets another offload off. And Dagger gets brought back to the 10. Fourth tackle now for Hull KR. Players just being able to hold it on. Almost a shake off there by the number 20 of Mikey Lewis. Last tackle about a few metres short of the line. Hull KR with the last tackle. Grubber kick. It bounces up and it's batted away. Dog's off its fucking rocker. But anyways, goal line dropout here for Salford. There's the long kick, and it's going to be taken by the Robins on the 45. But interesting, there's been one short drop kick attempted, and then ever since then it's just been all long drop kicks. Now 30 metres out from the try line. Second tackle now for Hull KR. Flat ball down the line here for Linnett. It'll get brought down 20 away now. Third tackle for the Robins. Now it's the right hand side. As that is Sam Lookley. And he gets brought down 4 metres short of the line here. Is that a set restart? No, it's fourth tackle here. They'll go for the right-hand side now. Grubber kick. And it's taken. And it's put down the line. It's Frankie Halton, who's been impressive since coming off the bench. And it's now 10 points to 4 for Hull KR with a kick to come. Right in front of the away support. Jordan Ardle with an absolute kick. Had the ball on a string. Flicks up perfectly for Frankie Halton. It's now 10 points to 6 with a kick to come. So just like that, 10 minutes into the second half, not only have Hull KR gotten a try, they've now increased their lead as well. You can very much make a case here that potentially they could start running away with this if it keeps going. Beautifully weighted grubber kick, and it's a perfect run by Frankie Halton. Salford have just been a bit shell-shocked at the moment since coming out of the sheds. So here we go. This to make it 12 points to 4. And it's nailed. Will Dagger makes it 2 from 2 for the day. And it's now 12 points to 4. Gotta admit, it's kind of mental to say the very least. Hull KR have been mostly out of this entire the entire first half, and now second half they've got a lease on life. The first try completely switched the momentum. You see the cut under the car now. So first tackle now for Hull KR, and the ball has popped out, and this could change everything. 15 metres away from the line, a knock on by Hull KR, so a big chance here for Salford in their first decent looking field position so far this second half, and have a chance to get a try back into it. Oh, that's very sneaky. You could very much make a case that being raked out of the ball, out of possession. I said raked. But here we go, 15 metres out, a scrum feed for Salford, and a chance to try to cut this deficit down. They'll go to the left-hand side from the scrum. And it's Laffine who'll get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle for Salford. And now 5 metres away from the try line now for the second tackle. Just keep getting notifications now. Down to the right-hand side. They've got good field players here. If they can get out to their wing, but they're not going to need it. Absolute barnstorming run by the number 28 of Dion Cross. And just like that, like a momentum swing the first try was for Hull KR, could this be a try that brings Salford back into this second half, which they really haven't been in the last 15 minutes. So there we go, 8 points to 12 with the kick to come. So we could, I'm telling you, it's like I said during the halftime break, we could be in for a barnstorming second half. Because the second half is where it picked up. I mean, it's already good. We've gotten 2 tries within the first 15 minutes, which is done a lot better from 1 try in 40 minutes. So there we go, Dion Cross. So there we go. Postie's now coming up, but in comes the kick here now for Salford. This will make it a 2-point game, and he nails the kick. So there we go. I mean, what can we say? It's been a very close game now. There you go. Just a very good run there by Dion Cross to get over. But okay, 25 minutes remaining in this game. We've now seen 3 tries now, and it's still very close. Oh, no! And it's another knock on an immediate set that can make the changes. Now 15 metres out. Salford have knocked it on from kickoff. The ball takes the bounce, and it's the number 12 of Sam Stone, who's absolutely dropped his lollies. That's unbelievable. Can't believe that. And it's another scrum 15 out, very similar to Salford's second try. This could happen again now for Hull KR to try to increase their lead and get back to an 8-point gap. So they'll go to left-hand side now, Hull. They get brought down on the 10-metre line for the first tackle. They go down the short left-hand side again. It's Abdul trying to go short himself. Second tackle about 3 metres out. They'll spread it now into the middle of the field. And Parcell gives it off to Sam Lockley, who tries to go through the guts. They go down the left-hand side again. Flat ball as Leonard gets brought down 5 metres short of the line for the 4th tackle. Now they're going to go down the left-hand side again. It's a brilliant flat ball, passing it out to the winger, and Sam Wood scores. With Sean Kenny Dow getting a flat pass, instantly knowing his position, and flicks it out to the young Sam Wood, and Hull KR get another try. This second half's instantly been immensely better, and now it's a 6-point game with a kick to come. So now it's, well, I mean, Hull KR, it's going to be a kick from the sideline if they try to get it. So 2 tries immediately coming off. Knock-ons beginning of the kick, beginning of sets. Kenny Down, brilliant layoff pass straight to Sam Wood. So 2 tries each in the last 20 minutes of this game. It's been very exciting to see. We could be into a very close game. I mean, it's been close, so would surprise we come to a grandstand finish. So now, Will Dagger now with a conversion attempt from the sideline. This will be the hardest kick of the day that he has taken. So here we go. Here's the conversion attempt. It looks good, and it will go over. He's nailed it. And it's now back to an 8-point deficit, an 8-point lead, as it's Salford 10, Hull Kingston Rovers 18. We're going to be in for we're going to be in for a very interesting next 21 minutes. So here comes the kickoff now by Salford. Let's see if players can hold on to their bottle and not lose the ball again like we've seen the last 2, lead up to the last 2 tries. Marky Lewis there getting brought down. Oh, he's... Oh, a bit of Latrell there from Will Dagger, shushing the home fans after he nails the kick from the sideline. Now to the number 24 there. It's Sam Wood, the try scorer. Just shy of halfway for the 4th tackle for the Robins. Now right through the middle here. So last tackle here. The LKR 45 away from the try line. Just going to give it a high kick here. That's a brilliant take there by the number 5 of Joe Burgess. They're trying to drag him out of the field, but he's going to be able to stay and play. But you can see, ever since the start of this second half, both teams have been reinvigorated. Salford now getting to the 35 for the 3rd tackle. Just trying to get it flat out to the side. What a boil over. Yeah, I mean, it's like... It's a bit ridiculous to say the very least. Suaso Sue's now back on the field. I mean, it's like I just didn't really expect it to... I did expect the second half to be better, but not like this. I mean, not with 4 tries in 20 minutes. Still being a relatively close game. On to the 35 is the first tackle for the Robins. They'll try to give it off to the left-hand side. There's a tackle just short. There's Sean Kenny Dow, involved in the latest try by Sam Wood. And speaking of Sam Wood, he's got the ball brought down on halfway for the 3rd tackle for Hull KR. They're going to spread it now to the right-hand side. To get flat over the middle there. It's the number 26 of Sam Luckley. It's actually the 22 of Dean Hadley. But anyways, now last tackle here for Hull KR is they're going to be brought up about 30 metres away from the line. And it's going to be another high kick. Probably going to pressure Ken Seo here. And CO takes it well, and he brought down on the 15 for the first tackles. We now enter with about 18 minutes remaining in this match. And currently, for those wondering or caring, 67 minutes gone in the Europa League. Manchester United 1, Barcelona 1. I assume we probably would go to extra time and penalties, maybe. So third tackle now. Salford have only got to their 20s. So this is a very good defensive set at the moment by Hull KR. So fourth tackle now. Still only at the 25, Salford. As they're now trying to go out to their left-hand side. Tim Laffey will get to the 45, just shy of halfway. Are we all good? I just had a thing saying like I'll stream disconnect. Just want to make sure that everything's all okay. Nothing's stopped. I just want to... Excellent connection. Just want to make sure if I'm still on. I think it should be alright. But anyways, Salford, Hull KR with a kick over the top for the fourth. And it's going to be Burgess who jockeys it out. It'll be a changeover now for Salford, who gets the ball inside their 10. Just want to make... We are... Yeah, I think it's all working still. Yeah, no, I don't think any issues now happening. But first second now for Salford as they get onto the 15. There's now Salford trying to get a spread it to their left-hand side again. Trying to see if they can get a gap. They get a pass down the wing. But again, the defence there stopping any form of a major line break. As Obachik is able to see the run there by Joe Burgess. And he shuts it down before it becomes any proper damage. Big tackle there by the number 24 of Sam Wood. He's done really good this game. Salford now still keeping... Hull KR still trying to keep Salford inside of their own half, but they just break through for the last tackle. And it's a high kick here. And it's going to be bounced short. It's picked up by Brodie Croft, who grabs for the corner. Still with the ball for Ken CO. And he tosses over, but I think he might be held up by Will Dagger. The kick fooled everybody. I don't think it's going to be a try. But the kick has somehow landed short. Went to Brodie Croft, and then Grubber kicks it into the corner for Ken CO. But they're going to check this. I think he's held up anyways, but they're going to be checking a few things here. But if that's the case and it is given a try, Salford again make a very close game. But there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Pretty much all the players on the Salford line are all offside. The thing is, though, they're all offside. So basically, all the players on the right-hand side from when the kick is off. Yep, there we go. They were all offside. So it's going to go, instead of being a potential try, it's going to go all the way back to the 45. And it's going to be a Hull KR penalty for offside. So it's very much end-to-end stuff so far this game. Time needs to be dragged back a little bit. We're only at the 64th minute, not the 67th. So I might need to probably just let me just try to we can't really refresh it, but I'll let you know what the actual proper time is. They're starting to bring it back now. But there we go, penalty there for Hull KR, and they'll kick the ball onto halfway, so it's actually back to where the ball bounced. So it was the 35. So 50 metres away from the try line and a full set of 6 now incoming for the Robins. as that's the number 8 of Sawaso Su for the first tackle for the Robins, as now they try to go feint to go into the left-hand side, as that is Parcel, who gets 35 away now from the try line. You got to think here, it's still pretty much a 2-score game here, and if Hull KR can get another try, they can slowly start to probably put the game to bed and get a win. Third tackle, 20 metres out, they'll go to the right-hand side. Oh, the line on the right-hand side is absolutely tatters for Salford, but they're able to bring a tackle down. 10 metres out on the far right-hand side, 4th tackle. It's a grubber kick. And there's a lot of players with it. It's been picked up by Ryan Brearley, and he's going to get brought down in the goal line, so it's going to be a goal line dropout for Salford. This has been an immense second half here by Hull KR. You could probably say they've had a very good first half as well. Anthony scored. It's 2-1 Manchester United currently. So we've got about 20 minutes left in that game. So I know probably no one cares, but 15 minutes remaining. Man United 15 away from making it through to the knockouts of the Europa League. It's so weird saying Man United and Barcelona in the Europa League. It's so weird. Second tackle, 15 out now for the Robins. Flat ball out now to Sawaso Su. He's brought down 10 metres away from the try line for the third tackle. A try here would really start putting nails into a coffin. Right from dummy half. He's a metre short. 4th tackle. Oh, trying to go himself again. Now last tackle. Right on the try line here, the Robins. Trying to get past out. Sean Kenny down to Sam Wood. Oh! If he has stayed in, that is a beautiful try. They're going to review this. I think they're going to check it's no try, but the sideline referee's adamant that his foot hit the line. But if he stayed in, Sam Wood has just scored an absolute beauty of a try in the corner. Step. Ease. Oh, the foot slides onto the line. Yep, it is out. So close, but I mean, in fairness, that's a brilliant grounding to say the least, but the try's not going to count. So it's going to remain. Oh, so close. If his foot was in play, that's a try. I mean, that's usually how it works, but I mean, if his heel just didn't slide, that would have been a try. Very unfortunate for Sam Wood, but he's already got one, so now we've got 12 minutes remaining in this game, and you got to think as minutes start climbing down. A try for Hull KR. Hello, surprised you're watching this and not United. That is very true, but I've been keeping my eye on it. Oh, and the ball's been picked up by Hull KR. They have a chance to potentially start putting nails in the game, the coffin of this game. Second tackle now. It's the number 11 of Frankie Hamilton, who's a few metres short of the line. I felt like it'd be like one of the million people streaming that Barca United game, to say the very least. Here you go, third tackle for Hull KR. They're trying to give it off into the middle. Sawaso Su now with the ball. He's going to get held up about 2 metres away from the try line. Fourth tackle. They're going to try to spread it to the left-hand side. Anthony did just score. Yep, it's very... It's going to come down to the wire at the moment here. Last tackle. And the ball has been touched. But who touched it? I think it is a Hull KR player. I think it was Sean Kenny Dowell. So it's going to be a change over here for Salford. No, it wasn't even Sean Kenny Dowell. It just got touched. So, and you got to think, Salford have to score, and even if they do score, they'll still be down by 2. So, yeah, the commentators are saying if Hull KR are able to score a try, then that should do it, because even if Hull KR score 2 tries, they'll still be down. Pass out now to the wing. There's not enough space at the moment. One thing I will say of Hull KR's defence, when there's a line breakdown on the wing, they are very good at shutting it down immediately and not getting big meters taken off them. Fourth tackle now for Salford, just in front of the halfway line. Now that's the number 16 there. That is Tyler Dupree. Last tackle, 35 away from the try line for Salford. It's a high kick. It's going to be a lot of pressure. Brilliant take there by Dagger, but the ball's popped out. It's 1-on-1. It's play on. Now Salford trying to go to the right-hand side. It's a 3-on-2 with the numbers. Oh, he could have got himself. And he's lost it. Dion Cross was looking for any form of support, and he can't get it anywhere. And his arm was expanded out, and the ball is popped out. It's a knock-on. What could have been a sure try, potentially there for Salford, has ended up as a scrum feed for the Robins. This second half's been immense. This has been beautiful second half. And Dion Cross has copped it fairly well, badly going down, so... But he's back up, he's all good, but wow, what a chance that was for Salford to... Did I just snort whilst talking? Maybe, I don't know. But here we go. We've got to retake the scrum on the 10, but yeah, you're just showing how close that could have been. This is where you start bringing in questions of the amount of chances that Salford had in the second half. If they just converted at least one of them, that it would have been a lot of a closer game. But you got to give credit to Hull KR for staying in it in the first half and then just coming alive in the second, getting tries. So second tackle now for Hull KR as they get to the 25. And that's number 3, Tom Opachik, who will get to the 40 for the third tackle. Wobbling Jaw Sports, good to see you, man. It did be a good morning, to say the very least. So now, last tackle, 45 away from the try line for the Robins. Go down the short left-hand side, and it's a high kick. A lot of pressure now on Salford. And it's lost! It's grubber kicked, and it's going to be a try for Hull KR. It's Sam Wood who gets his second. And that should be game, set and match for the Robins. The high bomb forces a mistake by Ryan Brearley, and it gets grubber kicked by one of the two chasers and picked up by the other. And with a conversion kick, that should probably well and truly seal the game. So Sam Wood gets his second try of the match. And you got to look to the other side. They could have gone right to the other end, Salford, from a force of a mistake. But it's a high bomb by Hull KR, who puts Brearley in a shocking decision. Sean Kenny-Dow's one of the chasers. He gets the grubber kick. And Sam Wood is the player that ends up picking up and scoring it. He should have had a second early if his foot didn't just slip out. But there we go. He does get his second. And a conversion relatively near the sideline to make it... to potentially make it a 14-point lead would surely seal the game for the Robins. If it's missed, then there's a possibility it could go for a goal line for a penalty shoot. Did I just say penalty shootout? I mean golden point. I'm a pest. So here comes the conversion attempt by Will Dagger, and he's got it. And that's a 14-point lead for the Robins. And with 6.5 remaining, Salford need to score 3 tries. They have to score 3 tries to win this game. And in comes the kickoff there by Salford as we hear the whistle go. And it's a low grubbered kick. It's a bit of a squib, if you will, in the NFL. But you got to say, from this game and just seeing from this Man United game, 9 minutes remaining, Man United 2-1 up. So if it stays like this, United are through to the playoffs. That's the number 16 there for the Robins. It's James Batchelor. Trying to get it down to the right-hand side. Good bit of running there from trying to just keep the ball in play. That was Dan Hadley. Oh, the commentator said Centurions instead of Leopards. Haha. On the 4 for the 40 for the 4th tackle now, and the Robins now trying to just get to halfway. But they'll just be a little bit short now for the last tackles. We're about to enter the last 5 minutes of this game. Grubber kicks it into touch and it'll be out on the 25. So Salford realistically would probably have to score on this set. Because if not, then I mean, it's still very much unlikely that they are going to score, but they really, if they want to have any chance of trying to somehow steal one, they have to score this set. That's the number 12 there, Sam Stone, who will get brought down on the 30 for the first tackle. And they're going to try to spread it out now to the right-hand side. I don't understand why the time is actually a minute forward. I'm not behind. It's just, I think it's sometimes for like the try reviews and all that. Last substitute now coming on for Salford as Vuni Yayawa comes on. Third tackle now for Salford. They're just about on halfway now. They're trying to bring it out to the right-hand side. It's a grubber kick and it's going to be a chase, but in comes Dagger. Dagger's missed it, but it will be picked up by Sam Wood of Hull KR. If he wasn't there, there could have been a chance that Ken Seo could have ran away with that. But incoming now, we've still now got 3 minutes 40 remaining in this game. And you're just going to think Hull KR is just going to chew out as much time as possible, because even if Salford score 2 tries and convert them, they'll still be down. So you could probably start making the case. You could stick your fork in it. This one's done. Unless you get some absolute Cowboys manly chicanery. But even I think they still had a fair amount of time in that. I think they had about 7 minutes to make that comeback. But weirder things have happened, to say the least. But now last tackle here for Hull KR. Just shy of halfway. And they're just going to go for these grubber kicks into touch to chew out as much clock as possible. Onto the 25, it goes out, so Salford will get the scrum, play the ball there. Just under 3 minutes now remaining in this game. And you got to probably say, I mean, it was an absolute brilliant defensive playing from Hull KR, who were under pressure almost the entirety of the first half, only making it 4-0 at half-time to Salford. But then they've come out and won the game through their attack in the second. And Salford have had their chances as well. You got to think, in the first half, you had a lot of chances you probably should have put away, and you've had mistakes leading up to chances in the second. Now it's a kick over the top here. It's not going to go as far, but it's still in favour of Salford's ball. But I mean, it's just now they're going backwards now. They've flung it all the way back to the 35 from when they were originally on the 50. Still the second tackle. And the ball's just been battered down there, so it should be a set restart here because it was clearly impeded by a Hull KR player, but it doesn't really matter now. It's still the third tackle. Less than 2 minutes remaining. This game, yeah, the game's done. I don't know why I'm hyping this up. It's very much done here. So fourth tackle now for Salford as they're 45 away from the try line. So now 90 seconds left in this game. Just keep getting their passes out. Now saying it's on the 80. It's about a few minutes ahead. It's about a minute or so ahead. This will be the last tackle for Salford, and they go for a high kick as we're now about to enter the final minute of the game. And that's a brilliant take there by Ethan Ryan. Well, you got to say, it has been a battle of attrition, and it did come alive in the second half, but Hull KR have done themselves well. The attackers won in this game, but that defensive display could see Could be a bit of a warning of being a hard team to score against throughout the rest of the season, but it's just been a brilliant display here in this second half by both teams, but especially Hull KR scoring basically scoring 4 tries, 3 of them being unanswered. This will be the 4th tackle now. We've got 20 seconds remaining. Yeah, there we go. They chewed up the clock as much as they can. Last tackle with about 15 remaining. Do they run backwards? Please run backwards. That'd be funny. And they've kicked it out with about 5... Oh, no, it's still in play. Hull KR still with the ball. So this will just be the last play of the game anyways. And there goes the siren. After an absolute battle of attrition in the first half, Hull KR have galvanised and got themselves 4 tries in the second half and have sealed the win. 24 points to 10 over Salford. Bearing in mind, it was $1.25 to $3.75 in favour of Salford. So Hull KR very much not the outsiders in the betting market for this game. But what a win for the Robins, who start out their Super League season 2-0. Well, there you go. What can you say? It's very good to say the least from Hull KR getting the win. Join us tomorrow. Monologue they starts playing about, but I think we're back to sorry. But basically, see how Leeds will respond because of the absolute drubbing they suffered against Warrington. So thank you all for watching this stream.